walking past. We have my friend Henning from Germany. We have Indy. We have Scott who gave us a ride up here. And we're getting ready to head out. It's just right at 6:30. Great timing. So we've gotten a good start this morning. It's a steep climb, a long steep climb, but we're making good progress. So there's Indy right behind me coming up. And just as a reminder, we met the first day out of Campo. And then, where's Henning? Well, I lost Henning. He was right over here. Strangely, Henning from Germany and I started at the exact same time from Campo, and then met there he's way over there. I don't know if you can catch him. And then we met 650 miles later on. Didn't see each other in between. He's just doing that switchback there. Happy trails. Good morning. Sorry to be talking with my mouth full of Fritos. It's 8 o'clock, and gee, great start. Have already gained over 1,000 feet of elevation and over 4 miles in the first hour and a half, which for an old guy like me is a really good start, much better than average. So it was time for me to take a break, and that's usually what I do on my first break. Eat a pile of Fritos and also start hydrating. So one of the important things to remember that I've forgotten sometimes is you need to stop and drink a lot of water because you use up a lot, as well as food. So that's where we are this morning. Happy trails. Oh, and another part of an early morning break is just to sit down, enjoy the silence, the birds chirping occasionally, and look out at all this land that we own. Pretty spectacular view from here. I have no idea what mountains those are other than part of the Sierras, but it's a beautiful morning, and I'm enjoying just sitting here thinking about absolutely nothing other than Fritos and water. Happy trails. So we got some beautiful vistas way down in the desert, and then looking down there at that lowest part is about where we came from. And Indy's over there getting ready to take a picture of me taking pictures. But what always amazes me when I get up here, we've had a great day climbing up, is looking back and going like, damn, I climbed up that? Yeah, so it's a good feeling. That's another advantage of being old too, is you look back and go, damn, I got a lot of stuff done in my lifetime, if you live long enough. So it's a great feeling, great day. And I think we're almost done climbing. 2,500. So here comes Indy just rising over that ridge there, which is our high point for the day. So we've done about approximately 6 miles, but about almost 2,500 feet of elevation gain. And it's, we were here by 9:56. And off in the distance there, you can see some snow-covered mountains for the high Sierras. Not too many. The main peaks are kind of hidden by this hills in front of us. Kind of interesting geology over there, a difference. And it's hot and not much shade, but a nice breeze. So good morning so far. And we're halfway to our camp, I believe. Happy trails. And here is the famous Kennedy Meadows General Store, which probably doesn't look like much to anybody in the rest of the world, but to people that are hiking in 90-degree heat with backpacks, looks damn good. So here we are. There's the There's the spot. Oops. Sorry, I'm getting in the way of. So, those are typical hiker hamburgers. And they're just the first course. This is just the scene at Grumpy's. Everybody enjoying a beer and food and having a great time. So this is Friday evening, dinner time at Kennedy Meadows General Store. You see everybody out there on the patio drinking beer, having dinner, whatnot, and I'm on my way over there to join them now before getting up early in the morning to head back on the trail. But interestingly, in Kennedy Meadows, generally, I would guess there's probably 60, 75 hikers right now. So it's getting close to the peak of the season, but still a lot of people on the trail. Fascinating, great amount of diversity, a lot of fun. So here we are on day 64. This is the South Fork of the Kern River. So we're about 5 miles into today's hike. Going well, got a little bit of a late start. Due to the fact I was putting in a new bear canister and I couldn't figure out how in the hell to get that thing to fit right. It took me about 40 minutes to do it. Got it done, fits pretty good now. One problem, it's about 20 minutes till 9, and it's already probably in the low 70s in the shade. Fortunately, there is some shade, but it's another hot day, even though we're at like 6,300 feet and climbing. By tomorrow, we should be up around 10,000. It will be cool. However, the rest of the Southwest is having a real extreme heat wave, and we're suffering as a result. Anyway, nice cool river. At least we have lots of water, lots of good cool water. Looking forward to another nice day. Happy trails. Well, we're pretty close to the, I think that's the last ridge and our high point for today. Not quite sure because my GPS is not fully functioning for some reason right now. You can see where the fires in this area kind of stopped is right on that ridge. So those pine trees made it. When you look over here, you can see that there's a lot of devastation. It looks like a very old fire. Some of the shrubs have come back, but doesn't look like any of the pines have started to come back yet. I imagine that'll be decades before that happens. But nice breeze, which is why I stopped. Gotta keep moving. Happy trails. So I think this is the best camping spot of the entire trail. Nice level site above the South Fork of the Kern River. Just a gorgeous campsite. A few other campers up here. I think most of them are going to have to be in the meadow across the way there. So we're here, take another look at the river. Yeah, a couple of clouds forming up, but I think we'll be okay tonight. Again, just a beautiful, beautiful way to end the day, soaking your feet in this great scenery of ours. Happy trails. Oh, here we are on about 7 o'clock on day 64, I think it is, just getting started. And we have a nice view of the South Fork of the Kern River. Pretty good trail. We're going to gain some more elevation, get up in the high country. The really nice thing is we're out of the desert. So nice and cool, lots of water. Should be a great day, kind of short day, but good elevation gain. I think we get up over 10,000 feet today. Happy trails. So it's about 8 o'clock, taking the first break of the day. And as noted previously, I take breaks. I find at my age, I need to take breaks more often, every hour, hour and a half. A lot of younger people can get by with 2-3 hours, and they also hike faster. But yeah, that just doesn't work for me. So here we are, taking an Oreo break, and a little bit of Tang, trying to stick in some calories. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. So glad, as I mentioned, to be out of the desert. Plenty of water, shade. Actually, looked for a sunny spot this morning for first break, whereas for the last several weeks, we've been looking for shade, shade, shade. So enjoying this. Beautiful scenery. Got a lot of climbing to do yet this morning, and should top out above timberline before too awful long, I think. So happy trails. So we're up about 10,000 feet. Got, I think, another 500 more to go. Long climb, which is obviously, as you know by now, we do a lot of. But probably another 30 to 40 minutes to get to the top. I've been going very slowly and talking to more of the through hikers and listening a lot, which I've kind of been doing for over 700 miles. One thing I keep hearing about is how expensive California is, and that, you know, they're kind of going over their budgets, but, you know, have enough to keep going. So I think you find the typical through hiker, if there is such a thing, is somebody that left a decent paying job, say in IT or whatever, finance, teaching. I don't think we've had any teachers, but left a job where there's pretty good demand for them. None of them seem to have a problem with the fact that they're unemployed. A lot of them quit jobs. Some took a leave of absence, and they all seem to have some sort of plan for getting a job when they get back, typically. Still, when you think about it, taking 6 months off of work and plus the expense, turns out to be a big financial drain for almost everybody, except maybe us old retirees. But the younger people, at least on the trail, and I think in general, but I can't prove this, have a little different attitude towards money than perhaps older generations. And I kind of liken money to water in the desert. So if you don't have any water in the desert, as we've had at times, you're very, very unhappy. You get a couple liters and you're pretty good. You get 5 liters and you're really happy. But each liter adds less happiness, especially if you have to carry it. So that 6th liter doesn't give you much in the way of happiness at all compared to that 1st liter. And I think money's kind of like that. If you don't have any, you're really unhappy. But once you get a certain amount to keep your belly full and so forth, and house over your head, etc., then each amount of money on top of that means less and less. And that's kind of the attitude of these through hikers. At least that's my perception. And now I'll stop this and get back to my break. And we've almost reached our high point of the day, and then we get this beautiful panorama of the high Sierras ahead of us. Just looking at it from here, it looks like a lot of the snow has melted. I'm not sure which mountains are which. I don't think the highest one there, zoom in a little bit, could be Whitney, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's in quite the right spot, so I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, beautiful panorama. Happy trails. And here's wrap up for day 65. We did a little over 12 miles, but it was steep with over 2,200 feet of elevation gain. Weather was good, trail was nice pretty forest. Really can't complain too much. Topped out a little over 10,000 feet. Had some gorgeous views of the Sierras. And here we are now down here at the campsite next to this really beautiful little stream and meadow. One of those kind of Yosemite looking things where you think deer ought to pop out any second. And put our campsite up a little bit higher. Zoom in maybe. So you can see my bag hanging out there to dry. So Indy's getting ready for dinner. And we put them up a little higher, primarily because of mosquitoes. We want to stay a little bit elevated. Also nice flat spots up there. So all in all, a good day. Got another big elevation climb tomorrow in about 14 miles. And looking forward to that. Happy trails. Well, good morning. This is day 66. Hard to remember when you're on the trail and all you're thinking about is hike, eat, sleep, repeat. Pretty morning. Country's changed quite a bit in the last about 34 miles. So I'm at mile about 734. Got about 4 miles in this morning. We're up at about 9,500 feet. Got to go up to about 10,500 feet. And we're leaving those pretty meadows that we had yesterday to a little drier, but very beautiful forest. Trail is great. And things are looking good this morning. Looking forward to getting to the top of this mountain and then going down and camping low again. Had a cold night last night. I suspect it was close to freezing. It was warm when I went to bed, and when I woke up around 1 o'clock, I was pretty darn cold and had to hunker down into my sleeping bag to warm back up. But that's what you'd expect. We're at 9,000 feet. Even though it's June, it's going to be cold or cool at night. Change is lovely. Reminiscing a little bit about how much the change has been from that desert environment to where we are now. Both are beautiful, but I much prefer this, and primarily because it's got water. And the scenery is just gorgeous. Reminds me a lot of Yosemite, actually, which is just about 300 miles or so ahead. Anyway, I'm on my having one of my favorite breaks. Usually have Fritos, but they didn't have any at the last resupply point, but Oreos are an excellent substitute. So, happy trails. Talk to you soon. Here's one of those just really pleasant mornings on the trail. Birds are chirping. There's a little bit of a wind, but not too bad. Kind of cool, but nice scenery. Kind of look ahead there to one of the mountains we've got to go over today. That's not the highest one, but hey, it gives you an idea where we're going. And it's just a really pleasant hike in the woods. Wish you were here. So here's a great view of the Owen River Valley, which became famous over the last century after Los Angeles bought up a bunch of water rights here, and what used to be a lush agricultural area is mainly dry desert, alkaline, kind of ugly now. It has been the subject of a lot of movies, litigation, and so forth, but is probably a pretty good example of an environmental disaster in order to water golf courses and other such things. Anyway, beautiful view this morning. Wind is blowing pretty hard. Overall, nice day, nice views. Well, here's a wrap up for day 66. Nothing much exciting today. Got a nice 14-mile center trail in, more elevation gain. Not much snow, beautiful day. There's Indy's tent over there. We have this beautiful site not far from a creek. It's mine over there. And there's Grandma and Indy finishing up dinner. Grandma's over there. We got another new hiker coming in here. We've got a bunch of hikers actually on this beautiful site here. Everything's looking good. Had a great day. Feel good. And see you in the morning. Happy trails. Okay, well, it's early morning on day, I believe it's 67. I have to go check because, as usual, I can't remember what day it is. And it's only 7:15. We've done about 2.5 miles. And here we are. So we're taking Horseshoe Meadow, which is nice because it's downhill. And then we're going to have a town day. So we're going into Lone Pine. So it'll be a short hiking day, but should be able to start eating in town within probably just another couple hours. I'm looking forward to that. And we'll do some more wrap up on where we are later. Thank you. Happy trails. Okay, so one thing I've been noticing for 700 miles is all the work that's been done mainly a long time ago by people working on trails. So just stop for a second and think. Most likely these trails, these steps were put in place in the 1930s by Civilian Conservation Corps. I don't know that, that's just a good guess. But just stop and think for this little stretch, how long it takes to move those rocks and put those in position there like steps. It's a tremendous amount of work. And the next time you go for a hike, take a look at the trail and think about how much work that is, or you might want to volunteer sometime. They're always looking for volunteers in your neighborhood or any rural area to fix up trails, maintain them. It's a lot of work. Happy trails. So we came to Horseshoe Meadow, not exactly the spot where we're looking for, but it's a beautiful spot. And Grandma and Indy are down there trying to find the fastest way over to Horseshoe Meadow Campground, our destination for the day. Like I said, we're a little bit off trail, so we're going to do a little bit of bushwhacking. Happy trails. So right here you can get just a peek of the beginning of the High Sierras. These are still relatively low. which is why their snow is almost gone. So the higher passes and peaks are still just over the mountain there. Happy trails.